What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Late Night with Gray. Let me say what's up to everybody in chat. I want to see how my screen looks. It looks a little blurry on my end, but hopefully we're 5x5. All right, so let me go ahead and say what's up. Let me back this chat up a bit. There's quite a few in here already. Let me see. Jeff says he's too late for me, bro. I got to be up at 4 a.m. I understand that, Jeff. A lot of it, I got to get up for work in the morning too. Not that early, but I do got to get up for work tomorrow morning. Consider the Ant. Wish you a great show to get to work early. All right, consider the Ant. Thank you. Northern Girl Hobby, Shadow Scout Swede, Operator 357, Pony Girl, Chief Prepper, Arc Wildman Survival. Let me see here. Let me scroll down. Wiley Living. Hello, Dennis Nixon. Harvey Black is in the house. Let me see here. Let me see. Got that one. Got that one. Bella Prepper 1970, Pony Girl. Joni Freels. Make sure I don't repeat. I'm trying to make sure. Colleen Rich. Rena LaRue. Kelly DeBro. Milo on the ready. Dennis Nixon. I'm expecting inside of my eyelids at 420. Right on, Dennis. Jay House. Welcome. Virginia Roots. Hello. D14. Whoa, D14. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that, brother. Fun new graphics. Let me see here. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. My dog eats Gene 72. Hello and welcome. Brad Miller, what's up, brother? Bex Bit of Blue, East Washington State, Shalom. NYL Enyap, hello, everyone. Whoa, that jumped on me. I'm almost to the bottom, folks. S. Moore, how you doing? Sherry Leach, is it buffering a bit on and off? Okay. I'm seeing a little weirdness even on StreamYard. That's why I'm asking. Let me see here. Milo on the ready. Thank you for the super chat. Blurry, how drunk are you? Not enough, brother. Michael McGowan, hello. Dragon. And Michael is new. Welcome, everybody. If you can, welcome Michael McGowan. I appreciate I love to see new folks in chat, especially on the live streams. Dragon, what is up, my friend? Montana Sky, Easy 417, Sheila. Prepper Chicken, Texas, JT. You see here, Jeff Sams, Garden Coy. I'm almost there. Nomad Prepper. Y'all keep on popping in here. Sarah Goldie. Let me see here. I think I got winter is going to be very cold. Get lots of wood. Right on. Right on. All right. So I think I have hit everybody. Did I hit Prepper Chicken, Texas? Tiger 454. Welcome. Hello. The Daily Prepper. You're not late, brother. Just getting started. Just saying my hellos and what's ups to everybody in chat. And I think we are good. I probably should, I don't even know, maybe this, I'll put my banner on. You guys know I like to keep that running down there so people don't forget to hit the like button and all that fun stuff. Kim's Farm Life, what is up? And Harvey Black gets my back on regards to saying what's up to everybody. Good to see everyone. So, all right. So I guess what we'll do tonight is, Thursday nights on the late night stream, I usually try to keep it a little bit more relaxed and more chill per se, right? You know, we don't want to get into too much crazy stuff. Let me switch this over here. And just want to make sure anybody else is not rolling in. So we're going to talk about a few things in the beginning here, and then we're going to kind of talk about, we're going to run through some stuff. First, we'll talk about why I decided to name this one the food supply or supply chain and food costs. Because some things were brought to my attention and I want to share it with you folks. I'm also, if you guys watched Tuesday's night stream, let me fix that for Dragon. Tuesday's night stream, I dropped a link for a website, and tonight I have another website that I put down in the comments. I did forget to put the email that I wanted to remind everybody about, but we'll get to that maybe next week or something like that because we're still far away from Christmas. Let me see here. Blue Vandal, what is up? And so first of all, what I want to talk about is why are we talking about this again? About, it's a constant struggle with the supply chain and the food cost. But real quick, well, let me get into that and then we'll get into some other stuff. Let me try to stay on track here, right? So the first thing I want to do is why am I talking about food costs? Dragon on Milo Gauntlet is thrown. Thanks, Dragon, for the super chat, brother. I appreciate that. So let me, I got some things I want to share with you. You know how I like to share my screen and whatnot. And I'm going to try to me see here. Let me back this up and get ready before I share my screen. So I don't know how many of you folks are aware what's going on down in the Dominican Republic, but we're going to touch on it. And this is why I'm talking about food costs, because if it's not one thing, it's another, right? Jeff Sams, thank you for the super chat. Truly appreciate that. And let's get this going. Let's add this to the stream. So let me bring this up a little, zoom up a little bit, and then, whoa, I don't want to go too far. So in this article from Zero Hedge, it says U.S. pork exports to the Dominican Republic spike amid man, that was quite a slip up, right? Amid pig Ebola outbreak. Now this started happening in July. It says the first outbreak of African swine fever, ASF, in the Western Hemisphere in 4 decades began on July 28th in Dominican Republic and was confirmed by the United States Department of Agriculture. So what this is going to do, they're going to, let me just stay on task. I better not go too far with what I'm trying to do. Hopefully you guys can see that. Maybe I'll zoom up. Let me zoom up a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm reading here. So it says pork supplies are dwindling. So for you folks that for you folks out there like pork chops and stuff like that and bacon, prices are going to skyrocket even more than they already are. It says and Dominican importers are panic buying from the U.S. So they're taking the pork that we have and they're shipping it over to the Dominican Republic and thereabouts. It says the latest USDA data shows U.S. exporters shipped a whopping 3,500 metric tons of pork to the Caribbean nation early this month, which is the highest on record to date. So a little concerning, at least, what I think of it, you know what I mean? Because everybody loves their bacon and their pork chops and all the other stuff that's associated with pork, as they call it, the other white meat. Also, I've noticed that the U.S. has taken preemptive measures to suppress the outbreak by creating a protection zone around Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. As you can see here, the Dominican Republic is right in this section. Dragon, hold on, I'm missing something here. Let me back up. Okay, Jeff, Dragon, I just saw that yellow pop up. Thanks so much for the super chat. Ouch, fine. JM, I will donate. Just stop kicking me under the table. Right on, guys. I appreciate it. So we have a protection zone around Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands because they're in fear that it could spread. If you see how close Florida is and so on and so forth, that it could affect our pork or our swine per se. But one thing, what I also wanted to talk to you guys is, it says right here, I can't highlight it because this is just something I copied and pasted, but it says there is no vaccine against the virus and outbreaks are usually contained by culling herds. This will only push pork prices up and drive food inflation higher, thus irritating consumers. I don't think it's irritating consumers. It's scaring consumers to the aspect of what's transpiring because food costs has already gone up. I want to make sure I finish with that before I move on and jump back to the chat real quick before I continue with what this topic that we're going over here. And I want to make sure I have a couple other images that I had saved. And I can't see chat while I'm digging up stuff. Because I kind of want to blow through all this stuff in the beginning, and then we'll kind of relax a little bit and talk about some other things. And I can't see, and I have some questions I want to get from you guys as well. So let's do this here. Let me bring that back down. Why is GreyMan gone? All right, folks, that was weird. I don't know how I disappeared, but I did. And you guys are probably, what happened to GreyMan? If they scare you, they control you. Right on, Milo, and thank you for the super chat. That was weird, folks. That was weird. Me disappearing off the screen while I was kind of skipping around. I know, right, Dennis? See, there's a 30-second delay from StreamYard to YouTube, and I saw myself disappear, and I'm like, what did I do? But I'm back. All right, so let me not mess this up. So the next thing on the agenda is regards to the supply chain. And some of you folks are probably aware of some of this information, but like I said, it's new stuff here, and I'll show you why. I said, if you look at the dates on here, you see it's September 16th. So it's not like it's old news, you know what I mean? Dragon, thank you for the super chat, GreyMan. The next David Copperfield, right on, brother. Right on. And Jamet in the house, thank you for the super chat as well. It says top shipper warns commodity freight rates about to go parabolic. So when you read that, parabolic is a word that traders like to use. He says, I think rates can go higher from here. You got to get to a point, and you've seen this in containers where you hit a certain utilization rate and you start to go parabolic on rates. I think we're getting close to that period. So I wanted to kind of elaborate on the word parabolic, and I have it here. I'm not even going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to skip over to that. What does it mean to go parabolic? These are known as parabolic moves. Definition: the term parabolic move came about as trader slang. Like I said, traders like to use this term. It refers to when an investment makes an upward price move that looks like the right side of a parabolic curve. A parabolic move occurs when the speed at which the investment price goes up increases exponentially. So I think there's a few folks, JM in the house. Thank you guys. I'm not going to catch up with you folks. JM says, I am not. And kicking you. All right. Thanks, JM, for the super chat. I truly appreciate that. You guys up. And I'm sitting here going infinity screen because I'm still sharing my screen. There we go. My apologies. And Dragon says, JM just slapped me with the white gloves. And thank you again, brother. All right. I see Alaska Prepper is in chat. I see Prepper Nerd is in chat. What is up, Mike? How you doing? Let me see. Did I miss anybody else that kind of popped in while I was kind of watching you guys? Yeah, food prices are exploding in the Dominican Republic. You're exactly right, brother. I'm just backing up a little bit because these people, Donna, CKOC, I see you guys joined us as well. Eric Johnson, hello. Yeah, that was my disappearing act. And let me see, make sure I got, you guys are throwing me. Oh, hey, Donna, how you doing? Gina Brown. Magic Prepper was having problems earlier. No one could comment. Okay, interesting. Well, it happens from time to time. YouTube likes to do its thing, possibly, or it could just be electromagnetic interference. You never know, right? Draken, thanks for the super chat. Oh, man, you guys are great, man. All right, so you see what I'm talking about. So you see what's happening in the Dominican Republic in regards to the, and I think they've slaughtered a huge amount of pork down there, or pigs, and it's just kind of getting out of hand, basically. So, like I said, we are importing, record numbers of pork down to the Dominican Republic and the surrounding areas down there in the Caribbean. I commented on MP. I gotta try to, Donna, thank you. So there's a few other things that I want to kind of tie into this. And I'm going to hope that when I share my screen, I don't disappear again. Dragon, we are going to be in timeout. You guys are hilarious. But thank you guys for the support. I truly appreciate that. You guys are making my screen go a little rainbow here. Let me go back to sharing my screen and pull up some of the stuff that I want to share with you guys. I want to finish touching on the shipping containers. And again, this is from Zero Hedge. Great website, by the way, folks. If you guys ever want to get this information yourselves or actually read the articles in their entirety. But here it says the number of container ships at anchor or drifting. This is, by anchoring down or drifting in San Pedro Bay off the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach have now blown through all previous records and is rising by the day. So it's getting worse. They've blown every previous record in regards to this, and it's getting worse. So this other article that I came across, there's a specific part of this article. It says, unfortunately, and you guys can read the whole article in yourself, but it says, unfortunately, we have experienced so far is just the beginning. Global food supplies are going to continue to get tighter, and that is going to continue to drive up food prices. All right, so before we get into the next topic, let me go back to not sharing my screen. Before I switch over, let me get rid of those two articles so I don't pull those back up. All right, so let me see what I might have missed in chat real quick here. Let me go back up a little bit. All right, so I see where Dragon and JM are going at it. Every time I watch one of my favorite channels, such as yours, prepping, my phone gets blistering hot with other channels. Interesting, CKOC. Farmer Son Prepping, what is up? Good to see you, brother. Hey, Klingon Princess. Oh, Klingon Princess, I have great news. Augustin's Farm finally got all the stuff shipped. I walked when I got home today from work, or this evening from work, about less than an hour ago. Your last package is here, so I will be able to ship this out. My next day off is, well, Sunday begins my new my day off. So Monday I'll be shipping all your stuff out to you, including the cinnamon toothpicks. And also I got to get Za and Jeff Riffle. So I got to get those two folks taken care of. Dragon says, "Oh, penalty box with jam. Hope your hubby doesn't get jealous." LOL. Thanks for the super chat, Dragon. I've got stocked up with bacon at $9.89 a pound. Is getting out of hand. Agreed, Nomad. Let me try to catch up on chat here. Go down to the bottom. Make sure I didn't miss anybody in the process. I see Daryl Calhoun in from Bloomington, Indiana. FEMA 5. I like how JM, she's always in FEMA 9. Dragon, I built the penalty box. Nah, he's relaxing and watching TV. Thanks, JM, for the super chat. All right. So, so I'm so happy, Klingon, that it's finally all here and I can ship it to you, because like I said, you won the first week of July, and I want to get those giveaways out to you. So I'm so happy that happened. Dragon, thank you so much for the super chat. For Gray's Zombie Garden Gnome, he needs some love too, Gray. Thanks, Dragon. Toothpicks, LOL. Sherry, thank you. Lurking while I make ice cream. That's awesome, Wing, and thank you for being here as well. All right. So let me see. Tara Smiles. I want to ask you guys a quick question before we jump into the next topic. What's up, Joe? How you doing? Can everybody give me an idea? If you guys want to put this in chat, I want to know what your gas prices are in your area. I just saw mine go up another 10 cents. We're at $3.09 in the Central Florida region. Can you guys, no problem, Klingon. Can you guys drop down what your gas prices are in your area? Because I'm really curious to see what you guys are experiencing when it comes to fuel, because we touched on this on Tuesday night stream. Hey, Gina Brown, Sarah. I know, and we're kind of jumping around, on stuff. Hey, what's up, Gardner Josh? Bug Dude. So Bug Dude's at 377. Dragon, well, Jay, I'm glad you handy with the wood and nails hammer. Thanks for the super chat, Dragon. Jeff Sams is 289. Texas is only at 267. That is awesome. Not says he's at 278. JM is at 415, which is regular in Southern California. Operator 357 to 329. Joni Friel's 309. Rena LaRue at 340 to 379, depending on what side of town. New Mexico's at 297. Arizona's at 321. 319 over in Fort Knox. Wow, 486 in Washington State. Man, that is high. I haven't bought meat in months. I filled the deep freezer. Southern Kentucky is at 299. Dennis Nixon's at 289 for ethanol, 319 for non-ethanol. Prepper Nerd is at 460 a gallon. Wow, Prepper Nerd, that is pricey. Gardner Josh, 279. 486. Not says North Texas at 279. Michigan's at 311. So as I'm seeing all these prices come in, Sherry Leach over $5 a gallon. That is insane. Northern Girl, I wish I could convert that into gallons. I'm not really good on the math. $1.30 a liter, but I'm pretty sure it's not cheap. Alaska Preppers coming in at 339 to 379. And Gail says 279. So some of you guys are still in the two. Sherry Leach, you say $1.48 there? Klingon Princess 457 for regular. Idaho almost up to $4. Prices will go up. Snowbirds are starting to come in already. I hear you, brother. Montana Sky at 319. And I guess I probably don't need to kind of repeat all the prices because you guys can see what I'm reading. So I'm assuming a lot of people are seeing Chief Prepper says 255. So a lot of you folks are probably seeing this increase. I'm seeing this increase a lot. Angie, you're right where I'm at. $3.09. 4 liter is 1 gallon. Got you. Thanks, Gina Brown, for that. 3.86 liters. It's about $1.30. A liter is over 5, GreyMan. Thanks, guys. That's why I have you guys for, to help me with some of this math, right? It's very helpful. Add 4. Sherry's price to a liter, not gallon. Gotcha. Thank you, brother. I got what you're saying now. Okay, I get it. So anyways, the reason I wanted to bring this up is there's two last articles that I want to go over before we get into just, chatting it up and having a good time on a Thursday late night. River Rat says 370 in western Puget Sound area in Washington. South Carolina seems not, I mean, I get it's not cheap, Sheila, but you get what I'm saying. For 309, I wish we were still back there, because about a month ago we were at 289, but it's just constantly going. Florida days at 299, about an hour south of you, Gray. Thank you. Yeah, math can suck. It's good to know math. Don't get me wrong. All right, thanks for all you've done for us. Yeah, right, Jeff. And I've heard that too, by $6 a gallon, but we'll see. Let's hope not, right? All right, so let me pull up these last two articles, and the reason I am asking you guys about your gas and D14 70C per liter. Before I share my screen, let me pull this up. Here we go. And I always appreciate your guys' patience while I'm popping through screens. So, excuse me. The Chevron CEO warns new dynamics to boost energy prices amid global supply crunch. Soaring energy prices are stalking new concerns about stagnant, man, these words that they like to use, stagflationary environment of high prices and warning economic growth. Natural gas prices in Europe and U.S. are through the roof, which I talked to you guys about Tuesday night. It's skyrocketing. It's getting bad. And like I said, when it comes to, if we get any hard freezes this year, some people up north in the northern regions, if you guys get some hard freezes, it's just going to even push it even higher. And it says also the futures, we talked, I think on Tuesday night, it was like $62, $63 a barrel. But the futures are looking at over $70 a barrel. Like I said, it could spike up to almost $100 a barrel. And there's, it goes into a little bit more stuff. But like I said, this is including, gas, liquefied natural gas and oil. It's all skyrocketing. And it says it's signaling we can invest more equity prices and are sending mixed signals. So there's a lot of confusion with it, but what I want you to grasp from this is it's rising. And let me switch over here. It says rising. Man, Gray, you can't speak tonight, brother. Rising energy prices will hit the poorest households the hardest. So the folks that are less fortunate are going to get hit by these rising costs the most. And, if you guys know, that's the majority of the population. There's only a slight 1 or 2% that's, up there in the, the rich people, you know what I mean? And then we have our middle class, which they're trying to get rid of, as you guys know. But it's the low income folks. It says rising energy prices come in an awkward time for governments and central banks trying to support the recovery and wanting to run a high pressure economy to boost jobs and wages for lower income. Policymakers will try to look through the acceleration in inflation caused by rapidly rising energy and food prices, arguing policy should not respond to idiosyncratic rises likely to be temporary and quickly reversed. But households and businesses have no such option. Their spending will be directly hit by the increase in fuel and food costs unless they can secure offsetting increases in wages and revenues. In the United States, energy prices increased at a compound annual rate of almost 7% per year over the 2 years to August. All right, so those are all of the articles that I want to go over. Now let's get into this actually conversation with you folks. And let me drop these articles so I can actually pay attention and make sure I'm not missing anything. Let me see. Nice living room. Hey, what's up, Susan? Susan Sebest, if I got that right. Hey, Bug Dude, how you doing? Yeah, and Daily Prepper, I hope your tanks are nice and full, man. I'm glad you got that bigger tank. All together, let's say thanks, Birdshot. So, it's funny. I was talking to a couple buddies of mine at the shop today, and they were telling me they're military people. I have a lot of friends that work down at the recruiting station, and some other folks that are locals. that are still part of the. Most of them are Army. I have a couple Air Force friends as well, and they were saying, why don't you just use when you're talking about the health crisis, why don't you just use Charlie Victor? If you're talking about, corn pop, why don't you just say, Juliet Bravo? So I might use those terms because it's easier. But hopefully you guys can understand when I say Charlie Victor, what it stands for, and Juliet Bravo and what that stands for. So I might use them like on the Sunday Shift Report, just to kind of, make things a little bit easier. Gray isn't wearing black today, right? That's more. You noticed. Yeah, I was at work. I wear usually when I'm at work, I try to use sponsored shirts, things that we sell in the shop outside of because we sell a bunch of different knives and things like that. What's up, Kentucky Prepper? Hello and welcome. me see here. I'm sorry. Let me see. Center to help out with oil, and they said no, but gave price cut to China. Welcome to Denver. Yeah, Frank Short, you're absolutely right. I saw that article as well. There's a lot of interesting things that are transpiring. Gray needs a nice zombie outdoor shirt or a Northern Girl hoodie. Right on, Northern Girl. I hear you loud and clear. Kim's Farm Life. It's funny you mentioned electric cars and how they react to the grid. And you think about this. How useless would an electric car be in a shift scenario unless you have, I guess, some sort of really good solar system for that car? And some of the solar systems out there are not cheap, especially the panels. If you get the good ones, now there's some cheap panels. If you, like I showed you guys before, some discount places where you can get other stuff like that. But I don't know how you would integrate that into a solar car because I'm not really inclined to know about solar electric vehicles. I just never owned one. Thanks, Shout Scout Swede, for their prices of gas in Sweden. Let me see here. Just call them Dumb and Dumber. Right on, Dennis. I hear you, brother. All right, so moving on. I got, talking too fast and not drinking enough. Let me see here. Sierra Hotel Tango Foxtrot, right on, Milo. And JM, thanks for sharing that sit rep today on the Discord, man. I appreciate that. That was good. Right on, Chief. So I wanted the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is a website. And the reason this is why my computer might be running, because this website actually, what's the word I'm looking for, puts a lot of stress on the internet. But I want to share it with you guys. Like I showed you the other website, and I did put the link to this website down below because a lot of you folks have been asking, you see the news will say something about, let's say, a hurricane, right? Or a storm or a front or temperatures and stuff like that. Well, I want to show you guys the website that I use to gather and research information about weather movements, be it storms, be it mostly hurricanes that I use it for because it kind of gives me ideas. It uses a bunch of different models instead of listening to the mainstream media. Dragon says, I call JB Alpha Hotel short for right on, Dragon. Thanks for the super chat, brother. So let me go down here. I know I got it saved down here, and I want to show you this. And then we'll be done playing screen share, I guess, right? All right. So if you can see this website here, it's called ventusky.com. This is the website right here. I have that down below. So here's what I do. When there's a storm brewing, right now, this is just showing, I'm going to back up a little bit. This is showing Invest 96L, and you can click on it, and they'll tell you more information. So, but I usually click on wind speed to kind of get an idea where these storms are at. And then if you back up, I'm going to back up wide so you can see a little bit more. It kind of gives you the big picture, okay? And I was like, okay, Gray, you're not the Weather Channel. I'm not, but this is something that you can access and look for yourself. But here's what I like about it. So see right here, if you click on this, you can skip days ahead on it to kind of give an idea, okay, a week or 2 weeks from now, what are they forecasting? So it can kind of get you a little bit of advanced preparedness. Also, here's another part you can look into is temperatures. So you can bounce around. Let's say if you live in Phoenix, it'll tell you what the temperature is right now at this second and other information depending on where you are in the world, because this is worldwide. So you can use this anywhere. Now, you can look at precipitation, rain and stuff like that. You can just bounce around a lot with a lot of information on this. But like I said, even thunderstorms, humidity, waves, snow cover. I mean, to me, it's an awesome kind of website that you can get this information at. Now, let me get out of what I'm in. Back up here a bit. So I'm going to go into wind speed, and I want to show you guys something because you guys have been seeing, if you guys are, especially you Floridians, you're probably wondering what some of these storms are doing. So if I skip through here, I can pick the different models that I want to. You always hear them talking about, different models on the weather. JM, thank you for the super chat. Weather with Gray, like it. Right on, Arc Wild Man. So it says the Icon, the GFS, the GEM, and these are different models throughout. You can see the EU, USA, and so on and so forth. But what I want to do is I like the GFS. I like to use that, and I'll just kind of, and then I'll get off this topic here in a minute. But I just want to show you the website a little bit. So let's say I want to skip a few days in advance, right? And you can kind of see how that storm moved off there. But when I keep on skipping, I'm trying to see if it'll show it here, because they say that there's going to be a couple storms down here, right? I'm going to go to as far as I can go at 2 a.m. Well, from what I'm looking at, there is no storm that comes. They have some little bit of circulation here, a little bit of circulation here. So all the way out to the 26th of this month, I can see that there's not much for wind speed, because you'll see these cyclonic little spins here. And I can back up and show you the one that's transpiring. Kind of give you an idea. So when you roll your mouse around it, you can kind of see the wind speeds. And of course, you can dive in there and get a little bit more information. And that's like pretty much the eye of the storm and whatnot like that. And then if you're trying to look at like precipitation around that storm, you can switch it over and it'll tell you how many inches of rain that's in that band. So this is just kind of something, a website that you guys can check out. Let's say, someone's saying there's a blizzard coming, there's a rainstorm coming, whatever storm. If you're in a hurricane prone area like me, Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, Texas coast, all that Gulf Coast there and all that area, even North Carolina and up the East Coast, you can kind of use this stuff to kind of gauge an idea of something, how bad it may be, and how you can look at all the different models and see how they differ. And you can kind of make more of a basic informed decision on what to expect. So I switched it over to the GM model, and you can see a little bit difference there. So anyways, just something I wanted to share with you. The link to this website is down below. And hopefully when I close this, maybe it'll help me my computer run a little bit smoother, because I do have a pretty decent computer. But I do see I'm a little, actually it's looking better now. At least it looks better on YouTube. All right, so let me try to catch up in chat. On Android, there is a similar app I used to call Live Earth. I've heard of that one too, Shift. You can use this on your phone too. You just don't have all the what is it called? The extra stuff that comes with it. You can use it on the phone, but it's better to use it on a PC, laptop, or stuff like that. Maybe even a nice tablet. What's up, Homestead Aquarius? I just saw you pop in there as well. Dragon, thank you for the super chat. Bravo, Oscar Delta, LOL, exactly, JM. Teresa Ellis, I seen you pop up during severe weather. Ryan Hall, y'all. Ryan Hall. Let me see here. I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Tara Smiles, hey, hello. Just backing up a little bit. Phoenix, how you doing? West Virginia Prepared Mind, hello. I hope you're feeling better, West Virginia Prepared Mind. I hope you're feeling better. Let me scroll down here. Farmer Son, did I say what's up to you, brother? I hope I did. I hope I didn't miss you, man. I'm going to skip down here. And I want to talk to you, some of you content creators out there. I know there's a few of you in here as well. That's speaking of which, so Tuesday night's live stream that I have coming up, I have some really cool homesteaders. I'm not going to say who they are yet. I got this homesteader family that's going to be coming on the channel for my Tuesday night interview. They're kind of in their path on YouTube, and I've been watching their content, and I just kind of fell in love with it. And also have some other folks lined up down the road too for Tuesday night. So we got some things moving on Tuesday. I think it's going to be kind of cool to get their perspective. I love talking to homesteaders, people that do gardening and canning and homesteading and animal husbandry and all that kind of stuff like that. And they're a nice, wholesome family. I love watching their content. They do live streams as well. So looking forward to having them on the channel on Tuesday night. So for you content creators out there, I want to talk a little bit to you specifically. And I do apologize. I know some of you guys, the viewers are probably like, well, we don't care what content creators do. But I have a lot of people's attention right here, right now. And what I want to do is let you guys know in regards to, I want to set up something with you, the content creators that are either just getting into YouTube or people that maybe even been doing YouTube for quite some time. And I want to do something on the back end with you, because I can set up a StreamYard with you guys. I want to teach you some tips and tricks that I've been learning over the last couple of months. Because here's the reason why I want to teach you this for some of you content creators out there, because I figure the more of us that's out there, right on, that's more. What I want to do is kind of teach you guys some of the skills that I've been learning to help grow your channel, because I figure the more of us out there spreading the word of preparedness, the better. So, the more of us out there, the more voices we are, the more that we get heard. So And also that's with me doing these interviews with some of these folks, is sharing their channels so that they can be seen and you guys can mix in with them as well. Because a lot of you guys in chat always leave me great information when we're having conversations back and forth, or were you guys leaving like the video that I just did. I knew it wasn't going to be like a tremendous like video, like woohoo, you know, like it was going to be like this like video that was going to skyrocket to the earth because it was about books. But people don't realize how important. What's up, Frontier Preppers? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. And where was they at? I just lost my train of thought. Thank you, Wink. I appreciate that. I do. Hawkeye, what is good to see? Always good to see Hawkeye, man. You're awesome, brother. What's up, Jeremy Taylor? Milo on the ready. I like that idea. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is I know some of you guys go email me and stuff like that. Whoever wants to be interested, I will create a back end StreamYard. So it won't be nothing on YouTube because I'm pretty sure the subscribers don't want to see us talk about stuff on the back end of YouTube. But I want to just kind of give you guys ideas of things that I've learned in regards to titling, keywords, thumbnails, and stuff like that. You guys see I've been doing a few things different, and I'll be dead honest with you. It's been working in the aspect that I'm getting a lot of new people coming across the channel that are not, that have never seen me before, and getting them involved in chat and stuff like that because of what I'm doing on the back end of YouTube. So I hope that'll work for you folks that are interested in that. Please give me an email. You guys know my email's down below. And I want to get with you creators out there and do something so that we can keep on spreading this message of preparedness. Count me in. I still need to get on the Discord. Awesome, autoimmune prepper. And thank you for joining us. Van City Adventure. Hello from Vancouver. Awesome. Gardner Josh, yeah, you're invited. Anybody who wants to learn about YouTube and the back end, if they plan on either being a content creator or already a content creator, even if you're a seasoned vet on YouTube and you're just wondering how some stuff works that you might have questions about, let's say you might have 1 million subscribers. Anybody who wants to be a part of it can be a part of it. Either that or we can do one-on-ones or small groups. I'll get it all figured out once I get the email who wants to be involved, and we'll put it together and do that. I just don't want to stream it on YouTube because I don't think the subscribers, the viewers themselves probably don't really care too much about that. And let me jump back into chat here. Dragon, thank you so much. Throwing a thought bubble above Gray's head. Thanks, Dragon, for the super chat. I appreciate that, brother. I'm a bit late. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Jeremy Taylor. Better late than never, as I always say. I'm in. We're talking about our latest video and comments. I'm in. You were talking about your latest videos and comments. Thank you. Because it's a struggle. A lot of people will start a YouTube channel with great intentions. They have great content. They have great ideas, and they want to share them with everybody. But it's a struggle to get to that first 100 subscribers or that first 1,000 or first 5,000 or first whatever you're trying to, whatever your long-term goals are. And they get discouraged and they stop making videos. And I want to re-encourage them that there's hope. There's a space for everyone on this platform. You know what I mean? So I want them to, I want to instill hope into their channels, and hopefully some of the things that I can teach them and show them that's working for me, being that we are all in the preparedness community. And this information, you can look some of it up, but I've used it and experienced it. And I figure coming from me, I can at least show you what's worked and what's not worked for me. JM at the Nut House. Awesome. I appreciate the super chat. JM, you didn't have to super chat that. All right. Let me see. I was good until my old channel was deleted. I hear you, Nomad. And that can be very discouraging as well. Encourage. You can do it. Right on, creative redundancy. Thank you. Yes, I'm so grateful to all the shout outs I've gotten to help me get to where I'm at. So let me speak to you guys real quick about shout outs. I'm out, not a content creator. Right on, Dragon. Thanks for the super chat. No, like I said, it's not going to be something streamed, but shout outs are great. When you have another content creator say, hey, go check out this person, go check out that person. Sometimes you'll get a big push, right? You'll get a big push. It'll shoot your analytics up and you'll see you got 100 subscribers or 50 subscribers, whatever you got from that push, or even channel raids and stuff like that. I've learned sometimes that can mess with the analytics and throw your analytics off, because after that, and you go back to your normal self, and you get, let's say you're generating maybe 5 to 20 subscribers, per month or whatever, it throws the analytics off. But the people that come over from other channels, they need to, look at your channel, look at some of the content, drop some comments, and interact with your channel. If not, YouTube's going to purge them out. I've seen this happen on my channel. I've seen this happen on many channels. I've talked to other people. So it gets, like I said, it's nice. I love it. People are extremely supportive. But if you're on a channel and someone tells you to go check out another channel, give them a shot. Check out the channel. Drop a comment, like the video if you like it. Check out some of their other content as well. The money for the booze from teaching me. Right on, JM. Thank you for the super chat. So, that's just something I want to put out there. I've been talking about it for a while, and I really just want to put it together because people have been discouraged. I've been getting emails saying, man, I've been trying on YouTube. Everything I do doesn't work. And then I go and check some of their videos out, and they have a great message. And I want to see if I can help those folks as well. Chief Prepper, I'm right there with you, brother. What's up, Wild Nesting? How you doing? And Prepper Nerd Mike, I do need to give you a call. Over the next few days, I'll be at work. And that's why you usually don't see me doing YouTube on Fridays and Saturdays. Hey, what's up, Cherokee? Oh, wait, Drunk Gray, that might be interesting. Yeah, Dragon, you'll join for that, right? But thanks for the super chat. Where was I at? You guys keep on getting me off topic here. I like to get both of my channels rolling. Right on, Nomad. Jen, no problem. Take your time. What's up, Texas T? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, brother. And thank you for the super chat, brother. I think my neighbor has the C. Glad I haven't been around her. Right on, Phoenix. And thanks for sharing that, JT. I appreciate that. Yeah, and like the mods are great. I love you, mods. You guys are awesome people. You guys are like the unsung heroes of channels, and the aspect of you guys are, trying to keep the chat clean, trying to keep the chat family friendly, dropping links, dropping information. You guys are awesome people. I wish I could have like a monthly meeting with all my mods, but it's probably hard to get everybody together. Just so we can go over, things like, hey, I'm running into this situation. Do you want this to happen? Do you not want this to happen? Stuff like that. Milo on the ready. Thanks for the super chat. It can be frustrating for us new creators. Exactly, Milo. The thing is when you go, Higgy Homestead, hello, how you doing? The thing is what I want everybody to kind of like, even some of you guys that are just pondering, you're thinking of like, I'd like to do YouTube. Right on, JM. If you're thinking about YouTube and, you hear some of us content creators, you're like, oh man, YouTube is suppressing us and stuff like that. And you're like, well, I don't want to start YouTube. I want anybody who has the inclination to do YouTube, start with your phone, start with whatever camera that you have. It'll get better. It takes time. Each video that you do, you will learn from that video, and you'll get better and better and better. As you see, I'm messing up all the time. I've been doing this for what? December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, 9 months now. It'll be 9 months on the 15th that I've been doing this. And I still mess up. I'm not perfect. I do all kinds of weird stuff, tripping over words and misspelling stuff, forgetting to put links to certain things, all kinds of stuff. But I just let it roll. A lot of people say, you should edit that stuff out. I'm like, well, I want people to know that I'm realistic. I'm real. I don't want to make this like a full feature length film, with all this editing and stuff like that. I try to do some editing and have, make the content a little bit more professional looking and, polished. But when it comes to live streams, that's even a lot more complicated. West Virginia Prepared Mind says, I've utilized a private mod on only Discord room for mod meetings. It's the way to go. Oh, thank you, WB. I appreciate that. I do have a part in my Discord that has to do with mods only. I'm just not sure because Za handles that for me because I'm not really good on the Discord thing. Milo on the ready. Ramble on, brother. Ramble on. You have to have 1,000 likes to use your phone. 1,000, you mean 1,000 subscribers, right, Nomad, for the live stream? Gray has tongue. Oh, here we go, S-More. You're messing with me. Gray has tongue, toes, ties. I said it right, S-More. I said it right. And some of you new folks that are watching my content today that you might be wondering what Thursday nights consist of. Sometimes I'll talk about a topic and kind of go on some of the things that I want to draw some attention to. It's more of a late night show, so I don't dive too much into deep things because the viewership is a little bit different on late nights. And And I try to have a more of a relaxed time because this is my weekend wrap up, or my week wrap up, because I take Fridays and Saturdays off and then continue. I do my YouTube Sunday through Thursday. It does take a while shift, but even if you have 1 sub, 5 subs, 10 subs, man, continue. Make videos. Because let's say you have 50 subscribers, right? Let's use that number for an example. Yeah, 50 subs, right? And you had 20 people watch it. You touched 20 lives. So without a YouTube channel, you would have never touched those 20 lives. Those people would have never got the information that you provided for them. So be proud. Even if you only had 20 views, still 20 people watched your content, and it may have helped at least several of them that watched that video. That's how I look at it. We can't always focus on the numbers. I was a stickler for that. I'm trying to stay away from worrying about the numbers, because it's whenever I read a comment down below and it says, "Grey, this book helped me. This article helped me. This technique you showed doing this helped me." That makes it all worthwhile. So I don't want to focus so much on the numbers. It's nice to grow. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. I love getting the thumbs up. I love, all the comments and all that stuff like that. And I love seeing the channel grow. But if I focus too much on that, it's going to drive me insane. You know what I mean? I'm going to let it do it organically. However it grows. I've had a lot of support in the community, so that's always an awesome tongue twister Thursday. Thank you, Joni. And I've thought about this of taking almost speaking classes, because it's to the point where you want to be able to speak eloquently and fluid. A lot of times people, I've got people that have wrote comments, "Hey, you say the word too much. Hey, you do this too much. You do that too much, or you say that too much." And I'm like, man, I said, look, I'm a human being. When I'm talking to a camera, it gets weird. Sometimes I'm literally staring at a camera doing a video, talking to myself and to a camera. So it's different when you're talking to a person. Like if I had someone here and I'm having a conversation with them, things sometimes can move more fluid. But like I said, those are just little words. Some people say, try to edit your video and get rid of the ums and the buts and this and that. And I'm like, that takes a lot more work than just running with it and just being yourself. Montana Sky, you're exactly right, Montana. I love that comment there. It says the numbers will make you crazy. Focus on the content. I agree with you 100%, Montana Sky, because that's what we're here for, is the content. Some people don't care if you have the best mic or the best camera. There's a lot of people that just use their phone, but they have a great message. They have a great content. It's the substance in the content. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Sorry. You're fine. I like real, and so does most folks. Let them have a channel and do it their way. Exactly, West Virginia. WB, and this is what I love about you guys in the community, because you guys are on point with this. Milo on the ready, thanks for this super chat. Aren't we insane because of our mindset? Yeah, I get that every once in a while. Not as much as I used to. With everything transpiring in the world today, when they hear the word prepper, they're starting to get more inclined to see my point of view per se, right? Hey, Curbs, how you doing? Joan says, keep it real. I really don't know any fancy preppers, and your information is what is important. Thank you, Joan. I appreciate that. If you take care of the content, the numbers will take care of themselves. Exactly, Daily Prepper. Any good books for winter vegetable gardening? Susan, I'm glad you asked that. I did a book video yesterday. Wednesday, I did this whole video on books, and I had some great people tell me some additional books that I need to purchase because I'm a book nerd. I probably went over, 20 or 30 books in that video. But winter gardening for vegetables, I'm going to be doing winter gardening, but in Florida, we really don't have a winter. The temperatures will fluctuate between might get to 38 degrees, but usually it'll stay between 38 and 60, roughly 65. That's as worse as it's going to get most of the time. But you never know, right? The weather's been crazy over the last year and so you never know. Stuart, understandable. I've used my phone out in the, because phones have great cameras these days. The average aperture of a phone is about 50 millimeters, which is a good aperture. I know it sounds crazy. I'm just a photographer, so I talk about aperture and ISOs and all these different settings on cameras. Tara Smiles, thank you. when I was making that video, I'm thinking about, so who wants to hear about books? But it's got a decent viewership, and people seem to be intrigued. In the comments below, let me know that some people got value from that. So that's all that matters to me. Winter is getting down to 0 degrees. Wow. Already. Oh, that's right. You're in Canada, Creative, right? See here, I think today was like, I don't know, 89 degrees and rainy. I just found Lead Farmer 75. Great channel. Thanks for sharing that, Daily Prepper. I'll have to check it out. Love the channels like this one that are keeping it real. Thanks, Down Home Living. I appreciate that. JT says, GreyMan, I hope we get snow this year. JT, being that I call you a neighbor pretty much, that would be intriguing to see. I think the folks that are unprepared would lose their mind if we got snow in this area. Thanks, Harvey Black, for dropping that. Oh, so autoimmune is very familiar with that. I hope you guys, I'm hoping Harvey will know who the homesteaders that I'm bringing on Tuesday is. But I will announce that Monday. I like to kind of keep it under wraps until then and do like a little surprise. Thanks, Northern Girl. And then I have some folks lined up, and I'm talking to a few other people too, because there's these channels that I've been watching, and they have great content, and they're family orientated, and it's just nice to see that, and I want to share them with you guys. And some of you guys might know who these people are too. Hawkeye, right? Yeah, snow cones. JT, you're only 30 miles up from the coast from me. Awesome. Well, JT, you know, let me see, Gene W, you, Jeff. There's a few of us that want to get together, JT. I want to put that together, brother, and maybe just go out to lunch, have a chit chat, you know, just have a good time, man, and hang out for, you know, over dinner or something. That would be awesome. If we want, we can bring the wives or husbands or whatever or whatnot, or just family. It's up to you guys. I'm open to it. You did get snow in 1972. Well, Texas T, I wasn't born yet. It would have been intriguing to see, to say the least. Yeah, right. Don't use yellow snow. It's funny you say that, Chief. I lived in Michigan for quite some time. Let me see, from age 10 to about 14, 15. And that was an ongoing joke. But I learned a lot living in that environment. Small town that I lived in. I'm poor. It costs too much money to be a homesteader. Curbs, I understand. We've been looking at homesteads for over a year, and the prices have skyrocketed. The properties that we were looking at were about let's say 150,000. Now they're up to like 300,000 or 400,000. Roger, thank you, JT. I appreciate that. Recyclable homestead. That's awesome. I like the name. And the reason I say that about recycle is because, you know, recycle, reuse, repurpose. Those are things that people in the preparedness community do. We look at things differently in the world. That's why that one video that I did is weird prepper things. You know what I mean? I can't remember the title. My apologies. But all the weird items out there that you can repurpose, reuse, and do things with, and look in a prepared mindset, look at it like, oh, this could be used for that. And just like I said, I have pallets and different things that I find that people throw away. What does that saying go? Another man's trash, or one man's trash is another person's treasure. Look at Ark Wildman Survival. He's found knives and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff you can find. Survival preparedness for beginners is close to me too. Awesome. The more the merrier, man. The more the merrier. I think that'd be awesome. Frontier Preppers, you're up there by Rudy. Lucky. I one of these days I just want to have, you know, coffee with Rudy one time. I just want to sit with Rudy face to face and just have a cafecito, you know, and coffee and just talk, man. And just I think it would be awesome. So I hope I get to do that at least, I don't know, sometime in my life. Because Rudy's an awesome person, great human being. Milo on the Ready says, so your thoughts of prepping in Michigan versus Florida? Well, Milo, that could be an hour-long video in general, because Florida, of course, we have the humidity, the stagnant heat, different types of plants, different environment. And then where I lived in Michigan, you know, we had ice storms, massive blizzards. I remember but the thing is I got acclimated to it, coming from Florida to Michigan. I acclimated to it, but there's definitely a different mindset if you're prepping in Michigan versus you're prepping in Florida. I notice sometimes I'll get more of a Florida crowd watching some of the specific content that I do, but I want to know that, everything is a generalization when it comes to prepping. You know what I mean? Be it, food storage and all the different things that we talk about. Now, it goes beyond that when you're living in a different environment, let's say a freezing environment. Let's say like you're all up in Canada, or you're the northern region, Michigan, North Dakota, places like that, or if you're out in the desert. But look, you guys probably know who Rogue Preparedness is. I did an interview with her a while back. She went from a desert homestead to now she's in Alaska, and she's building that up there. And I've been love watching her go from being a desert homesteader or prepper, however you want to look at it, into an Alaskan environment, and how she's working on that and transitioning to that. So I think that was pretty awesome. And it's nice to see how she's transitioning into that way of life. Curbs, one of my military buddies that came in to visit me today is from North Carolina. His family's still up there. Frank Short, thank you. I'm really hoping that a lot of people will take a look at that video, the Essential Preparedness books, because again, you guys watch YouTube, you guys get a lot of information from YouTube, but the thing is if there's anything ever bad happens, be it, anything with the grid, be it full shift, CME, EMP, nasty storm, like look what happened in Puerto Rico with Maria. Some people were out without power for months. They had no thing. And I want to touch on that real quick before I go. I'll finish what I'm going to say, and then I'll touch on the Maria thing and Puerto Rico. But having a tangible book in your hand. I'm just grabbing a book. Like, let's say this is one of the books I went over, and I want to learn something here, and like this says here. Let me see if it'll focus on that. Basically, it says rainproof any tent. And it's also teaching you some knots and how to seal seams. We can't remember everything that there is to remember. It's impossible to remember every single thing. Unless you're living this lifestyle, then things become muscle memory at that aspect. But having a reference material to go over and practice these skills with, I think having a book is super important. And like I said, there's gardening books and, animal husbandry books, medical books, first aid books. There's so many different types of books out there, carpentry, plumbing, small engine repair, a lot of different books. Think in your head, this is why I think everybody should have a prepper library. Think in your mindset that things that because say, well, I have a generator. And like I mentioned this on the video, I have a generator. Well, what if that generator breaks down? Are you familiar with small engine repair? Do you have spare parts for that generator? Things like that, I feel, are super important. Do you have the manual? Do you have quick access to the manual? Do you have the manual protected and sealed in plastic so that if your house was to get flooded or something like that, that the manual doesn't get ruined? So there's a lot of things to think about. It's in layers. You layer your preps, if that makes sense to you folks out there. Because this is things I think about. Like, we get a hurricane and the roof splits open because a tree falls on the house, and all of a sudden we get pouring torrential rains down in the house. Are my preps protected? Am I going to lose everything? And this is why I've always told a lot of you folks out there, if you either have a family member that's, let's say, part that agrees with what you're doing in aspect of preparedness, maybe store some stuff in their home. If you have the ability and the finances to get a storage facility, maybe use that option. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but I'm saying you don't want to keep all your eggs in one basket. You get it? Because we've seen this happen over the last, since I've been on YouTube, their house caught on fire and they lost everything. So just imagine if you had things diversified in specific spots. Now, some people say, well, Grey, I'll do it cash. Prepper caches are great. But there's only so much you can stick in there. You know what I mean? Unless you have some sort of underground bunker or something like that, like a shipping container dropped somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and you can store lots of stuff in there. Wink says, old books at thrift stores are great half-price books. And Wink, I preach that all the time. You don't have to use my Amazon link. The reason I put my Amazon links in there for people that watch the videos is you can click on the Amazon link, look up that ISBN number, write it down somewhere, and then go to a bookstore or a used bookstore or wherever, and they might be able to say, okay, I do have this book if they're computerized and whatnot, or at least you have an idea of the information. You don't actually technically have to purchase from Amazon. That's up to you. Let me see. Dennis Nixon says, repairing that broken stuff is my trade, is what I plan to barter with farmers. They always need something repaired. Agreed. Tractors break down. So many things can break down. Goodwill. Daily Prepper, I use Goodwill a lot for books. Also discount stores. They always have books at half price. S. Moore, I'm right there with you. Sometimes I can't remember 5 minutes ago either. Milo on the ready. Thank you for the super chat. If you don't know about it, do you have a breakdown to figure it out and how to fix it? Agreed. And some things are more complex than others. And here's one thing: if you get these books, maybe I'm a bit redundant in what I say sometimes, but if you get these books, try to take a chapter out of that book and apply it. Practice that skill, mess around with it a little bit. When something breaks in your home, instead of throwing it away, see if you can fix it. Test your abilities in regards to things like that and just see how it plays out. Worst case scenario, I know some people are like, well, the toaster was only $20. I understand that, but just kind of take it apart, look how it works, and just kind of generalize the information that's associated with that toaster. And I'm just using a toaster as a reference material, but you get what I'm saying. It can be with anything. Shift Engineering, I'm part of that group as well. A lot of people probably don't know what torrents are. Prepper Chicken Texas, that's awesome. We keep a digital electronics tester in our preps. That's awesome, Daily Prepper. Yeah, and that comes down to gear as well. Having the proper tools. I decided to go over my vehicle that I have, even though it's a newer vehicle, and it shouldn't break down, right? But I was looking to see if I have everything I need if I was to break down. And there was a few things I was missing. And I was like, wow, I'm glad I checked into this because I didn't realize it. I know this is going to sound like a weird question, but how many people out there right now know how to change a tire and have the tools in their vehicle to change that tire? Just I guess a 1 if you do know how to change a tire, and a 2 if you don't. And just be honest, there's no discrimination here. I just want to know how many people out there actually, because my partner asked his wife, and he said, hey, babe, do you know how to change a tire? And she was like, wow, I really don't. So there's people out there that don't. So it looks like it. Well, and I figured you guys are preppers, so I figured most of you guys do. Joan, you're absolutely right. Right on, creative. And that's I've helped many people on the side of the road. Dennis Nixon, I hear what you're saying, man. I tell my daughters they can't drive till they can't do basic maintenance. That's awesome, Daily Prepper. And man, I preach that too, man. We need to teach our youth, our children, so that they have these skill sets and this knowledge, because most of this stuff is not taught in the education system. When I was going in school, there was classes like you can take a mechanic shop, and matter of fact, I had a metal shop, wood shop, but slowly that's being phased out. They're being more pushed towards like the college, areas. Unless you're in more rural areas, then you're lucky because they'll usually have classes like that. But in the big cities, not so much. They have stuff like art, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking on art, but things that they're going to teach you a valuable skill that's going to benefit you in life down the road. I like to draw. I used to draw all the time, so I'm not knocking art, but I'm thinking of skills. I had to learn how to change a tire on a semi before I could ride on it. That's awesome, Milo, and thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to super chat me, brother. You've given me enough super chats tonight, man, but you're awesome. I appreciate the support. Vanessa Kitty says Connecticut still has very good technical schools. That's awesome, and it's good to hear, Vanessa. It's funny. Sometimes I go up to the college and ask them what kind of classes they take, because I'm a knowledge geek. I love just to learn and research. Whenever I'm doing a topic here on YouTube, even though I may know most of the information, I still do research to further my education on that topic. West Virginia Prepared Mind says, GreyMan, my 4-year-old grandson can plant a garden. He loves it. A very needed skill. Folks don't realize it's a skill. Agreed. No, gardening is a huge skill. You know how many issues I've ran into gardening? This is my first year gardening. I've been retitling my videos as I'm learning YouTube. Because I did my first garden, and then I did a garden update 2 and a garden update 3, and then the members got an extra look at the garden. But gardening is huge, self-sufficient. That's huge. Learning when to harvest, looking for diseases, pests and bugs, types of soils and fertilizers, when to when it comes to the pumpkins that I'm working with. So the pumpkins, I've learned the flowers. There's 2 different flowers on the pumpkins that I'm growing. One's more slender, and then one has like a bulge at the bottom. Well, one's the female, one's the male. I need to go out there with a little either a paintbrush or a Q-tip and take the on the pollen, and take that pollen and what's it called? I'm trying to think of the proper word for it, but you take the pollen and put it in from the male to the female, if you get what I'm saying, so that it can self-pollinate. Now, some people say, well, bees do that or ants do that. Not always. So I get a better rate of growing stuff when I do it myself to make sure that it's pollinated. Gray's having a tomato festival. Right on, Northern Girl. Man, we probably have about 250 of those yellow pear tomatoes. She went crazy with it, but I still love her to death. And they're great snacks. I eat them all the time. I probably ate about 60 of those dang things. Pollination. Thanks, Life with Bobby. Yeah, and fertilize. Great words. I was thinking, my mind went somewhere else with it. Let me see. Homestead Aquarius. I like to think of art and creativity to be a place where my subconscious mind can help everything else work together. For me, it's just a brain release. Yes, no, and agreed, Homestead Aquarius. Art, anything, music, those things. Because think about this. I watch a lot of movies that have, shift movies, as I call them, disaster movies. But I also read a lot of disaster books. Matter of fact, I'm reading Dr. Bradley. Remember Dr. Arthur T. Bradley? He did a book, and I'm on his first book. I started it last night because I finally finished with the Angry Americans books, all 10 of them, or 9 or 10 of them. I don't know. They were great books. But one thing in the Angry Americans book is they started getting power towards the end of it. They started, generating power and using solar and stuff like that. And they found like a little music box, and they started playing music. And he's like, man, it's been so long since I've heard music, because no one misses anything until it's gone. What's up, Bug Out Basics? How you doing? Texas Tea, I'm not fully aware of what's going on in the Canary Islands. Are you? Because I know there's a bunch of different things. All different kinds of things that are transpiring. Yeah, JM. And the reason JM, you might have been the one that turned me on to Angry American. And the reason, like I said, I finished all of his books on the Get Home series. Phenomenal. I'd like to get him on the show. I'd like to reach out to him. I found his YouTube channel. He hasn't posted in about a year. I'm trying to reach out to him, man, because I think I would like to know where he drew his information from, if it's personal. And it a little bit is, because Little Bit was his daughter, and he actually did a video on his YouTube channel, and he said, this is Little Bit. And it was just cool. I know some people probably, what are you talking about, Gray? It's just a book series called Get Home by Angry American. Oh, the volcano. Yes. Okay. I've been hearing some people talk about it. I think I've heard, I think Pinball was talking about it. I think Prepper Nurse 1 was talking about it. I've come across some people talking about that. Yeah, JM. And that's what I'm saying, man. Even as someone who is prepared, things happen. And it's sad. The islands with the volcano, yes. And the you guys are talking about like the tsunamis and stuff. JT, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Last time I know he travels around and does stuff too. But last time I knew, he lived in Florida. That'd be cool to have him, to have him hang out with us, right? But, when you approach someone who is in the prepared community that doesn't know who you are, sometimes they're a little bit leery, You have to be. You have to be. You can't trust everybody. You gotta let that trust build. Because unfortunately, there's always some out there with bad intentions per se. Bug out basics, that's understandable. Life gets you busy, man. I was talking to someone today about it. Oh, you know what I forgot to talk about? And let me see here. We're over an hour. I'm going to try to wrap this up a little bit because it's getting late. So the whole Hurricane in Maria, right? They were out of power for quite some time. Most of Puerto Rico was out of power. But one of the gentlemen that I was talking to, he said that one thing that he really liked about it. I know you're like, how do you like a situation where you have no power, food is scarce, gas is scarce? He said he got closer with his family because there was no TV, there was no internet, there was no phone to bury themselves into. All they had was themselves, their family, their brothers or sisters. So they got to sit there and chat and talk for once, just to each other by candlelight. They would go onto the roof of the house and stare up at the stars because there was no power. So there wasn't all that that light, what do they call it? It's coming to me, guys. It's coming to me. Light pollution. You know what I mean? Because when you're in a city, there's so much light, so you can't see the sky as best you can. Like someone out, let's say in Alaska, imagine, they live out in a more rural area and it's, you don't have all this like city light around you. Just imagine what the sky looks like up there. We can only see so much because of all the light pollution. So they didn't have any. They were sitting on their roofs, staring up at the sky and spending time with each other. So even in the worst situation, they found themselves and became more of a tighter family. And I said, man, that is awesome. That is awesome. America First. Hey, how you doing? Ambient light. Thank you, Chief. All you guys are awesome. Yeah, the good old days, right? AAA for close to 40 years. Yep, that is great. Exactly. A whole lot of people are going to be disappointed if they have to talk to their families. Right? I understand that. Some people don't get along with all families. I'm blessed to have a solid family. There's some people on the outskirts, but Lady Grey, Little Miss Grey, my sons, my father. Like I said, I don't want to talk. I lost my mother. I don't want to get into that, but we have a great relationship. You know what I mean? And I wish I didn't have to do all the work that I do and going to work every day and doing all the things I do, so I could spend more time with them. Because my father's 70 years old now. He just turned 70 in July, and it worries me because I want to spend more time with him. So now I'm taking time out of my days off to go and spend time with him. But I would like to do more. Grasshoppers. After a storm, you can see where your preps are lacking. In South Florida DCL, you're absolutely right. Sometimes situations like hurricanes or downpours or electrical storms and stuff like that, we'll see where you're lacking. You're exactly right. And also, like you said, a lot of channels have talked about this. People who have experienced a situation, people look at a bug out bag, pack it with so much stuff that it's like 80 pounds, and in your head, let's say you're a 150 pound, 180 pound man or woman or whatever, and you got this 80 pound sack on your back with gear that you've never used, trudging through the woods. It's a recipe for disaster. That's why I always tell everybody, whatever you put in that bag, know how to use it. Use your gear, learn your gear, find out things you need and don't need. When you go on camping trips, take these bags with you, wear them, walk around in them. If you have boots, make sure those boots are broken in. There's so much when it comes to it, because the last thing you want to do is bug out and not have a clue. That's the last resort, folks. The last resort. Now, unless you're one of those people out there that just live in the woods already, then that's awesome. But most of the city folks or suburban dwellers and whatnot, it's not a good thing. Because you're in your house is where you have your preps. Let's say you have 2 years worth of food in your home. You can't fit that in a bug out bag. You can't fit all that water, food. It's dang near impossible. So have a backup plan, and I have a backup plan for that backup plan, and then have a backup plan for that backup plan, and so on and so forth. That's why I don't have key rings. I see creative redundancy, everything. I used to have. I remember when I first got my bug out bag a long time ago, and I'm laughing because it was funny. My dad does auto restoration. Now I want to restore one with him. That'd be awesome, Milo. And that's a great project for a father and son. That's awesome. But I remember I had a bug out bag, man, because I was like, I was in the Army, I had my rucksack and it did all this. But as the older you get, your body changes. And you can't carry that weight as good as you used to. You know what I mean? But my bug out bag was enormous. And then I started going through it piece by piece and even learning stuff on YouTube. And I'm like, I don't need this. This is redundant, to the aspect that I try to find a tool that I can use for more than just what it's intended for. And that'll kind of take out some of the extra stuff that you have. Jeff Sam says, GreyMan, you can reach A American through Tactical Rifleman. He has been a guest on their live streams. Jeff, I'm going to copy and paste that real quick in my notes here. So I got to pause the chat for a second. And thank you for that, Jeff Sams. I appreciate that. Repetition is the mother of skill. Exactly, Brian Barbie. Northern Girl, you're fine. I need to wrap this up. It's getting late, and lady. You can tell it's getting real late now. The day is catching up to me, folks. Geritol does not weigh much. Let me ask you guys a question before I end this live stream. I do this all the time, and I was like, I want to ask my subscribers, my viewers, if they do the same thing. Do you guys ever, like, when you get food delivered or something like that, do you guys save these things? Let me see if I can move my mic. Do you guys save this stuff? Maybe I'm a hoarder or something. I don't know, but I save these things and keep them in a big Ziploc bag because they're already packaged and it's perfect for just that meal. I don't know. I save these things. I save these little salt and peppers and spices. Jeremy Taylor. All right. Yes. Yes. Thanks, Nomad. Save all that crap. Yep. Okay. So I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Because people always ask me, what are you doing when they see me doing it? And I'm like, oh, I'm just saving this for later. What are you going to do with it? And then I tell them, I said, well, I have a big bag at home, a big Ziploc bag, and I stuff it with all these little salt and peppers and stuff like that. All of them always. I have thousands of them. All right. At least, okay. Or at least we're all on the same page. This is what I love about you guys. You guys are great. Makes me feel like, okay, I'm not too crazy. Same with hotel shampoo and such. Yeah, JM, you're exactly right. I have some of the cotton from medicine bottles too. That makes sense. I never thought about that one, Joan. I save the ramen seasoning. I do that too as well, James. I am the condiment hoarder. Tara, like I said, it's better to have than not to have. Dry and then last forever. Exactly. Exactly, Montana. I know, Hawkeye, right? How dare I? Yeah, ketchup packets and Karen says honey, and Karen, you know I'm a huge component of honey. I love my honey. I don't know, won't focus on there, but I love honey. I got so much honey on my desk, and people have been sending me honey, like Hawkeye. Hawkeye, thank you so much. That honey tastes great, Hawkeye. By the way, I opened one bottle. One bottle went to next to my coffee maker, and the other bottle went to my preps. So thank you, Hawkeye, for that. I truly appreciate that. You guys, I must love honey. Yeah, salt lasts forever. Exactly, JM. And again, JM, I did remember that video that I did of foods that last, that have basically that last dang near forever, including honey and salt and vinegar and stuff like that. There's a lot of things out there. Nomad Prepper, exactly. Local honey is awesome. My dog eats Gene 72. I save bread tags. No idea why. My dog eats Gene's 72. And thank you. Thank you for being here. The little ties that come with your bread. I know some of them don't anymore. They have just the little clips. But remember the ties you get? Some of the breads that I buy more of like the homemade breads and stuff like that from like markets and stuff. And they have still the little metal ties on them. I save all those as well for several reasons. To use in the garden for one. And they're just in handy for tying cables and all kinds of other stuff like that. Brian Barbie, Twinkies. Anytime I think of Twinkies, Brian, I think of what is it? The zombie movie with Woody Harrelson. Zombie. How can I forgot that movie? I'm a zombie fanatic. Yeah, anything free Pony Girls, zombie. Someone throw it in there because if not, it's going to drive me nuts. I know you guys have seen the movie, the zombie movie with Woody Harrelson. It's a more comedic one. Great Lake Reliance. Awesome. I appreciate that. Zombieland. You know, Milo, how could I have forgot that word? I need to go to bed. But Zombieland. Thanks, guys. It would have ate at with me. And I would have had to Google it or something. I would have been like, oh, Zombieland. Thanks, Annie Bach. Good to see you as well. DB, my husband's restaurant had rooftop honey. That's awesome. Thanks, Tennessee Tactical. Appreciate that. All right, folks. Let me see here. I grab a bunch of those twist ties from my Bob. Right on, Daily Prepper. They come in handy for all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Dark 30 comes early. Got to hit the hay. Many blessings, Grey Nation. Thank you, Montana Sky. I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh my, I'm not crazy alone. But you guys have any final questions before I wrap this up, folks? Zombie Outdoors. Thanks, Northern Girl. Take your Geritol, bro. Thanks, Prepper Book Club. I posted up there, Gray Man. Sheesh. Thank you. Sorry, Sherry. Right on, Pony Girl. Yeah, cold medicines. Like I said, we could probably sit here for hours, folks, and talk about all kinds of different stuff. You know. Do you like pineapple on pizza? You know, Tennessee, I used to like it all the time, and then I was like, then I don't know. My taste buds have changed, but I used to get the pineapple on ham. Prepper Book Club for some ginkgo below, but thanks, Prepper Book Club. I appreciate the super chat. Thanks for the support, brother. So I will see all you guys on Sunday, the Sunday Shift Report. You guys know the Sunday Shift Report is more of current events and political stuff. So if you guys enjoy that type of content, join me then on Sundays. And then the rest of the week, I try to focus on preparedness videos and stuff like that to educate and help people out. Tennessee Tactical. I hear you, brother. I hear you. You know, because some of the people I used to know, they used to drive me crazy. They'd be like, "Why do you always have pineapple on your pizza, bro?" And I'm like, I don't know. It was like a Hawaiian thing. I thought it was great, and then I started. You know, honestly, this day and age, I don't even eat much pizza unless I make it by hand because of all the sugars and additives they use in mainstream pizza. But Texas T, thank you for the super chat. I sent you an email about what's happening in the islands. Thank you, Texas T. I appreciate that. I'm going to try to catch up on my emails tomorrow morning while I'm at work in between doing paperwork and stuff and all that stuff like that. But thank you all. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. As always, thank you for joining me on these live streams and you know, hitting that thumbs up and all that stuff like that. I wish everybody a blessed evening. Be safe out there. Stay vigilant. And this is Gray Man. I'm out. I will see you guys on the rebound and look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. Have a blessed evening.